Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. Today we are doing day 5. We're talking about the manger where Jesus was born. We're also making wonky, messy pockets with fragmented pieces on it. So we're going to talk about what was going on in when the weeks that before Jesus was born, and make some pockets to go in our journal. It's turning out really good, so I hope you stay and enjoy it. Thank you. Welcome back to day 5 from Prophecy to Promise, a journey through the birth of Jesus. We're working on a junk journal as we walk through these 9 days, and I think I'm going to add more. But for the moment, we have 9 days. Today is day 5, the birth of Jesus in a stable, a tale of providence and humility. First, I'm going to read the Bible verse. We are talking about the birth of Jesus. We talked Monday about Jesus being born in the manger. So we talked about the journey from Bethlehem and how it was a big part of the stories. We're reading the same Bible verse. That means there's a lot more to this little bit of a Bible verse here. So listen as I read it again and see if you hear new stuff. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth, and she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for him in an inn. So we have, for today, the printables. I've done different manger scenes. I even brought a cat, little quirky cat, over here to our manger scene. So from here, all the way through this, and then I have 2 more printables, so you'll get these printables. So we read the verse. Now let me read to you what I wrote. In the heart of the Christmas story, nestled amidst tales of faith, prophecy, and miracles, lies a simple but profound narrative, the birth of Jesus in a stable. Often depicted in countless nativity scenes around the world, carries a wealth of meaning and significance. During the Roman census, Mary and Joseph, unable to find lodging in the bustling town of Bethlehem, found shelter in a humble stable. It was here, surrounded by animals and bathed in the soft glow of a starry night, that Jesus, the world's Savior, was born. The circumstances of Jesus' birth were far from what one might expect for the birth of a king. Born in a stable, cradled in a manger, his first breaths were taken amidst the humble and the lowly. There were no grand palaces or luxuries, only the simplicity of a rustic shelter. This humble beginning reflects the nature of Jesus' ministry on earth and his teachings of humility, love, and service. The birth of Jesus in a stable also underscores God's providence and sovereignty. Despite the unconventional circumstances, everything unfolded as it was meant to. It's a clear reminder that God's plans are not dependent on human conditions or conventions. He can bring about his own divine purposes anywhere, even in a humble stable. The birth of Jesus in a stable reveals Jesus' accessibility to all. Being born in such humble circumstances, Jesus became relatable to every class and every individual, regardless of status or wealth. It was a powerful message that the love and grace of God are available to everyone, not just the privileged or elite. The birth of Jesus in a stable is a pivotal part of the Christmas story. So I invite you to reflect on this narrative, and I hope that it reminds us of Jesus' humility, God's sovereignty, and the inclusive love. As we celebrate Christmas, let us strive to cultivate these values in our lives, spreading the love and message of Jesus born in a humble stable to all around us. So we're still talking about how Jesus came into the world. You know, we talked Monday about Mary and Joseph walking from Galilee down to Bethlehem and Mary being pregnant. So this is what I wrote. I have one more. You know, I like to go and read some other things, and I got this from blueletterbible.com. This is a summary of Martin Luther, The Birth of Jesus, and I'm going to put the link to this in the description. It was really a great read. So he titled it, The World Jesus Was Born Into. The Roman Domination and Taxation. Jesus was born during the reign of Caesar Augustus under Roman rule, which imposed census taking and taxation. The Jews, particularly in Judea, resisted these taxes, feeling oppressed and seeing themselves as God's people, free from Caesar's authority. The political and social turmoil. While the Roman Empire maintained relative peace, the Pax Roma, Judea was a land of unrest, with its people divided over issues of submission to Rome, creating an atmosphere of tension and resentment. Then we come to the humble setting of the birth. Jesus' birth occurred during the taxing period, highlighting the humility of his arrival. Mary and Joseph, poor and of low status, traveled from Nazareth to Bethlehem, finding a room in the inn and taking refuge in a stable. The cultural and religious context. The Jews awaited a Messiah who would free them from oppression, but Jesus' birth in a lowly stable defied expectations of grandeur or worldly power. His arrival signified spiritual, not political kingdom. So we talked about that Monday also, that Jesus wasn't born in a palace or in a White House or a great big house. He was born in a stable with the animals. So heavenly recognition. Despite the world's indifference, angels rejoiced, proclaiming the news to humble shepherds, emphasizing God's value of the lowly and despised over the powerful and celebrated. That's coming up. We're going to talk about the shepherds. God's rejection of worldly power. Jesus' birth and poverty among the marginalized was a rebuke to earthly values of wealth, power, and prestige. It exemplified God's performance for humility and his plan to bring salvation to all. A message of grace and hope. The story of Jesus' birth reveals God's grace, prioritizing the overlooked and offering salvation universally, beginning with the poorest and most humble of humanity. The birth narrative contrasts the world's blindness to divine actions with heaven's celebration, making the beginning of a new era of grace and faith. Summary of Martin Luther, The Birth of Jesus. So Martin Luther was a pastor, Protestant pastor in the 1500s. And he was an interesting man. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these, I'm going to show you how we're doing this for those that are new and just stumbling upon us. So we do not have covers on this yet. We just have the pages glued together. You can see where you can, there's still space, so it's giving it room to expand on the pages. What I'm doing is, as we go, we're adding the pages. So this would be the next page, and I'm at it like this. So I need glue on this side. I'm going to stick it in here. I like to do my gluing with glue stick and wet glue. The glue stick helps to strengthen the paper, makes it thicker when it dries. And the other glue, the liquid glue, just gives me more peace of mind that it's going to stay together. And I just usually put it around the edge. Then I take this and I double check which way my paper's going. I double check this one. And I just line it up with the last page. And I keep doing that till I get to the others. And I have, let's see. Yeah. And you'll be able to get these readings. I will have them in the download for today. If you're not familiar with the Blue Letter Bible, it is a wonderful place to go and look. Diane Mara from Faith Art Design was the first person that introduced me to that website, and is a scholarly person, theologian, theology major. I have been impressed with it because there's so much writing in there that you probably would have a hard time finding at the library in one book or a lot of books, or it gives you, like the commentary that I read to you from Martin Luther. There is a lot of writing on that because he writes about the whole Christmas story and Jesus and all the others that were involved in it. There's so much to read that I do encourage you to go over there and read it, and just look under the tools section and you will find it for all of that, because they got commentaries, they have translations and tools, and there's other stuff. I need to do a video on just that so I can kind of give you some idea of what that looks like, because it's real easy once you get to know what. So you'll notice I have some sticking out. And I was going to leave this, but I decided, because it was so much white, that I'm going to try and cut some of it off. It's all mismatched and everything else. It is definitely a humble journal. And I'm trying to use old stuff and trash that we would think trash in here. I am using my distress inks to distress the edges, which means I'm taking this, and it's got some pigment ink in there, and I'm just rubbing it across that white to get it to where it's not quite as white. You can rub it all the way along all your edges, which I've been doing, like even the sides that you don't see white on. And it's not going to cover up completely all your white unless you sit here and really go at it. So anyway, I will pop up a picture of the December Ember that Louise and Barbara, Louise from Louise Heinzel YouTube channel and Barbara from 49 Dragonflies do every year. They have a prompt list that you can use, and it is not religious at all. It's just a prompt list that so many people use. I decided to use it to go along with my Bible study, and it's really been fun because I've used different prompts in here and all. Today the prompt says altered pockets and textured fragments, and some of the prompt list, and I go to AI and I put in, give me 10 prompts for this, for the prompt, and whatever the theme of the day is. Today we've got Manger Blessings, Altered Pocket, Starry Night Textured Page, Stable Door Interactive Pocket, which is probably similar to this, but we did that Monday. Hay Lined Cradle, Texture Fragment Collage, Elements of the Stable, Heavenly Announcement Scroll Pocket, Animal Witness Altar Pocket, Humble Beginnings Textured Flip Out, The Savior's Cradle Layered Pocket, Accessible to All Tag Holder Pocket. So while I was looking for my December Ember over here, I found this. This was so much fun to make. So I'm going to show you how I made it. Since it was over here, I need to find me a book page, and we can make that. So I don't remember. I just literally thought of this as I was over here playing. I don't remember who did the messy pockets, but I will put the link to that video below because I did get the idea from somebody else, and it's a great idea. So it has a lot of stuff on it. So to make our messy pocket, you need any kind of paper. You could use regular trash paper like this and just fold it up. You're going to take and fold this at different angles like this. And I'm trying to keep a little bit of, not a big straight edge, but where it's not really flayed out. So if you look here, there's a little bit of an edge. And I'll fold this over. And I'm just doing little gentle folds. Well, I don't want that one that way. Let's go this way. Nothing has to be set in stone. Now I'm going to do this one a little bit more crooked so that it kind of leans that way. And then I might do the next one a little bit more the other way. I think I can get one more little crease in there. Yeah. So it's not a humongous pocket. Let's see, I may make it a little bit bigger. You can play with your folds and get it in different spots. Okay. I'm just going to fold that under since I got it like that. You can do it with a glue stick. Let me get my little one. So I've got some little ones over here. Let's just kind of glue these down to hold them in place. You don't have to do a lot of gluing. Just I'm going to put the candle on top of that, and we're going to make another one. I have a couple more pages over here. Let's see. So I'm just kind of picking a different direction to go. I mean, you could do pleats too if that's what you wanted. Let's see. I'm going to kind of fold it the other direction. See what we come up with. So really, if you had some rumpled up paper, you'd be good to go for this. Now, one thing that I know is I need to kind of make sure that my pocket's not bigger than the page. Like that. That'll work. And actually, I don't really want that white on there, so I think I'm going to take it off. Nope, I need the other way. So again, just take your glue, put some glue on there, squish it down, some more glue, squish it down. So y'all, if there's stuff you want to see that I haven't done in a while, or even if I've done it in a while, leave me a comment, and I will be happy to do a video on it. I have been working on my knitting videos on Thursday, so that's been fun. I'm getting back into my knitting. See how this one is kind of all wonky too? And this is just perfect for a rugged journal. Just using what we have. Okay. So then, let's see. I have some fabric over here. I don't want a lot, just a little bit. Just have to put some fabric on it. I don't think I have any little prints right now. Now, that one might go on the other one. Let's see. No, I got this. It might would look good on it. Fold it like this. I think that would actually look good over here. Make that big. And we could leave it to where it's open like this. You can open it up like a little book. I like that idea. Let me put the fabric down. I'm going to do fabric on the other one too. I just want to get this one first. And I'm not worried about just squishing it down real hard. I'm going to put just a little bit right there. So to hold that down a little bit. I have this string that could go on there somewhere. Stick it in here. Where do I want to stick it? Right in up under there where there's already glue and have little pieces poking out. So we're going to sew this in a minute or two. Do I want any of this? Not that. Now we have this throughout, so I'm going to put a little piece and stick it on there. Do I want one on each? Then I have this. Since I'm distressing my stuff, I'm going to go ahead and distress this, and I'm going to rough up this edge. Hope y'all are enjoying this Bible study. I know I have. So I'm just going to stick this on the back of here because I got it already falling out of my bottle. I think I want that there. I may just put that right there. You know, it would look better with that on it. So then, you know, we can stick that right there. So I'm gluing fabric to glue or to paper. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. I don't even know where this came from. So, let me get my lids on my glues. So I don't want this to go over my book page. I want it to open on my little book. You could trim your edges off if you want them straight. I'm going to leave mine like they are. These look like almost leathery kind of tags. You know what I think I'm going to do with this one, because it's very possible you can already see it cracking. What I'm going to do is just glue this on the back, give it some more stability. I'm going to leave some poking out. Yep, so I'll let that dry a minute, and then we will. And see, I don't have to worry as much about this one because it's thicker. I'm going to put it right here on this page. And we'll glue it down around the edges just like you would a normal pocket. I'll put a little extra glue on there than what I normally would do. This has been a journey, hasn't it? And before I get too far, I could probably put this under there too and give it some more texture. And I probably should have done this before I did that. Okay. I'm going to glue this or sew this on real quick just so it'll hold that. And see, I'm leaving the strings hanging this time. So I'm looking for a place to put that pocket. Put it on here. We got one there. And we could do a pocket from the side. Have something hanging out there. I think that would look good. Or do we want it on that page? So I don't want to cover up my pretty pictures. I mean, I will, but I don't want to. So I did have these. I don't think they're going to fit. Yeah, I might have smaller tags, but that's okay. We'll get some more tags. Let me look through here. Where can I put this one? This is turning out to be beautiful. I think I'm going to have to put it right in here somewhere. Yep, I think maybe right there. And I'm going to do it and leave a side tuck. So I need to make sure I get something to tuck in there. So I hope you're going to make some of these messy pockets and put them in your journals. I mean, they're just so fun to make, and you can make different ones. So before I had made one I had a while ago, I made that when we were doing the beauty of God. Put that, kind of tuck it down in there. There we go. So don't forget that it's a side pocket instead of a front pocket. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and especially the Bible study. We made this pocket. Our prompts were fragmented pieces and altered pockets. So we had the pocket and all of this on it. We made that one, and then we made this one. So I hope you will join me on Friday for day 6 of the journey through the prophecy of Jesus. So we're going to be doing shepherds and angels for Friday. And if you want this is already up, the main Bible study. I'm adding new stuff in as we go every day. So it is getting quite big. We're only halfway through. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you'll leave me a comment in the description below. You can leave me an emoji or smiley face. It doesn't matter. Just let me know you've been here. It always helps me out. And hit the like button and the subscribe button if you've not already subscribed. And I will see you on Friday.